Hey, welcome to this episode of Backwoods Escape. I'm not outside, I'm not in my garage, because the thing I wanted to talk to you about today, it's nice and portable, which is my Maven B.2 binoculars. So this is what I'm going to be focusing on for today's video and breaking it down. And now, before I get into my review of this product, one thing I want to make super clear, I do not claim to be an optics expert in any way, shape, or form. So I'm actually not going to be talking about the specific details of the glass that they use and how it compares to other binoculars. That's just something I'm not trained on. I've looked through only a handful of binoculars, and I don't really have the funds to be able to compare this to other similar price binoculars. So I will link some videos below and these are some videos that helped me choose these binoculars. Those go much deeper into the optics side of things. I'm gonna more so be talking about it from a layman standpoint in terms of what my experience has been with them, pros and cons of it, and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully this can be helpful to you in that regard. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start talking about these binoculars. So again, these are from Maven, and one of the reasons I like Maven is because they are actually more affordable than other binocular companies out there or optic companies out there. And the reason for that is because you're not going to find Maven binoculars in any store, any e-commerce website, or anything like that. And so it's actually very possible you've never heard of Maven, but they have a direct to consumer model. So you can only buy directly from their website, which is why they're able to offer more affordable prices, because most people are probably aware of this, but just in case you're not, right? If you're a retailer and you are allow another company to sell your products, they have to mark it up because they have to pay to acquire their products and shipping and their own staff and like that. So it's marked up even more than what the product normally costs. But because they're skipping that part, they can offer some more affordable prices. So that was the first thing that attracted me to Maven in the first place, was their direct-to-consumer model. Anytime I can save some money on outdoor gear, my ears perk up. So then I ended up going for these ones as well. So these are 11 by 45 binoculars. Those are unusual numbers to throw out, because usually, you hear something like, oh, something's by 10 by 40 or 10 by 50 and 12 by 50, something like that. And I was really stuck between, did I want 10s or 12s? I wasn't really considering 8s. So I was really caught between, should I do 10 or 12? And then I saw these, which are 11 and 11 magnification. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I can kind of get the best of both worlds between 10 and 12. So that was another thing that drew me to this. And then in terms of just kind of like my personal use for this, it's been a really good experience. So if you're looking to do a similar comparison of like, okay, what are these binoculars similar to another company out there, another brand, the main ones I was referencing were the Vortex Viper UHDs. Those are a similar price point. They're more expensive because they don't have that direct-to-consumer model, but very similar price points, very similar specs. And so when I started watching comparison videos, pretty much all of them, I can't, maybe there was one, but the vast majority that I was seeing were saying that optically speaking, just kind of clarity, sight of field, all that kind of stuff, that these outperformed those of Vortex Viper UHDs. And so that was another thing that drew me to these ones, because again, they're actually cheaper than those. So now let's talk about just, the components of it. So it's made of magnesium, which is really nice. So even when you're out and you're sweating, these really don't slip from your hands. It's a really nice grip. It almost feels like rubber actually on the outside if you've never held magnesium binoculars. So really great build right there. You can adjust the eye relief by turning these knobs right here, just like that. So depending on your style, you can go ahead and do that. And then another small thing, but I actually really like this, is that in order to adjust the focus, the knob right here, it's actually made of metal. So even for like very high-end binoculars, you're still gonna have a plastic knob right here, but this is metal. I'm gonna do a little clinking sound so you can kind of tell, which is really nice. And so again, the grip right here as you go forward and backwards, it's just really easy to turn. So even if your hands are just absolutely filled with sweat. Grabbing these, adjusting the focus, super easy. So just the feel of it is really nice. It just feels really high quality in comparison to other brands that have a lot more plastic on their binoculars. And Maven, just like the vast majority of quality optic brands out there, they do have a lifetime warranty. So if something happens to this, you can send it back in and they will either fix it or send you a brand new one, which is really nice. So that leads me to my next point, is durability. So this is extremely well built from a durability standpoint. I one time dropped these and I was 100% certain that there was no way that they were not broken, because I dropped them on a slope that was just a bunch of rocks, and it tumbled probably 20 feet from where I was. It was actually shortly after I bought these too, so I was really devastated as I saw it tumbling down this side of the mountain. And again, I was 100% certain that they were going to be broken in some way, shape, or form, but they weren't. They actually came out unscathed, which I found to be really impressive. So they are very durable. So, but you still have that lifetime warranty. So if something does happen, you can always send it back. And from that drop, actually, I don't know how well it's going to come out here, but really the only thing that happened to these binoculars is this small scratch right here. Let me see if that comes out. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. It's not focusing too well, but that's literally all that happened when it came to that tumble. Everything else was perfectly fine, as if they were brand new. So I will link these down below. If you are looking for some high-end binoculars, but you don't want to pay the same ticket price to another similar brand or product, give Maven a look. They're lesser known, but again, that's because they have the direct-to-consumer model, which I think is pretty cool and pretty neat. So I've been very happy and satisfied with these, and I think you will too if you make the purchase. So that's all I've got in this video. If you have any questions about this product, kind of just more generic questions. Again, I don't consider myself to be some sort of optics guru, so talking about the glass and all that kind of stuff, that's just not my field of expertise. But just kind of generic questions, just let me know. One thing I actually did forget to say that I'm realizing right now is that all components are bought in Japan and assembled here in the United States, in case you were wondering. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.